Okay, there we go. Actually, this is the first time I've recorded video, so welcome everyone. You can watch Bill eat his Vegemite as we discussed today. Welcome back to the English with Grace podcast. Today I have two of my dearest friends who live way too far away. But we're going to start with some introductions, and then today we'll be talking again about food quirks, and we're going to discuss Marmite and Vegemite. So first, Georgia, can you do a quick introduction, name, pronouns, and then cultural background and upbringing?
Sure. I'm Georgia. Pronouns are she, her. I'm English, but I spent the first 6 years of my life living in Ireland before moving back to the south coast of the UK in a town called Worthing. Still classic. Seaside town, was popular in the Victorian era and has since suffered lots of deprivation, but it's getting better. It's on the
I
up.
don't think I remembered the Irish part. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, my parents moved to Ireland when I was a baby to be herb farmers, and then
Wow.
like 6 years, and then moved back to the UK.
Okay, also, people are going to ask me. So, why did you say English, not British? Do you use them interchangeably?
I use them quite interchangeably, I think. So, yeah.
All right, good. Me too.
I think
We'll bring Sylvia on to discuss more.
English to like more precisely locate like my accent. This is
Okay.
like an accent from the south of England, but
Yeah.
I generally describe myself as British.
Okay, perfect. All right, welcome, Georgia. And then Bill has already been on the podcast twice, sports and music. But Bill, do you want to do a quick introduction and then we'll jump in?
Hi, my name's Bill. My pronouns are him, he, and I'm from Australia. And I don't know, I love Vegemite.
I can't take you seriously. Okay, those of you listening, Bill is eating Vegemite right now and has it all over his face. And those of you who are watching this as a video, you get to enjoy watching Bill eat, and he's not going to wipe it from his face, I'm sure. So, all right. And I met Georgia and Bill when I lived in Cadiz, Spain. Bill, I think you shared that on the sports episode if people want to hear that story. And Georgia just informed me that she's going to come back and we're going to discuss, what did you call it? Pubs?
Clubs, bars. We're going to dive into the differences between those three.
And then Georgia can share our story.
Hey, we've got pubs in Australia.
We also, well, all right, Bill, you can come back for that podcast episode. Okay, let's start with Marmite. Georgia, what is Marmite?
So Marmite is a savory spread made from yeast extract.
A savory?
A savory spread, commonly spread on toast, as Bill is enjoying it right now. It was invented in the UK by a German scientist who, in a town called Burton, which is a big beer brewing town. And so this scientist discovered that you can take the leftover brewer's yeast from the beer brewing process, and you can refine it and extract it, and it's edible. And then they also discovered lots of things about it, like it's quite high in like vitamin B and folic acid, and yeah, they started mass producing it, and it's been a staple of the British diet ever since. I think the recipe is like unchanged since like 1902 or something.
Okay. Wow,
yeah.
Perfect history on that. I couldn't tell you that about peanut butter, so that was great. And Bill, what is Vegemite?
Vegemite
Oh my gosh, he's got the jar.
is Marmite's little brother, I guess. Was made in Australia, same ingredients, made from like the bottom of the barrel from breweries. And it's a salty, delicious treat that you put on toast most mornings. Most Australians absolutely love it. And it was invented a couple of years after Marmite, because it was a copy, I believe. You can have that, Georgia.
Oh.
But
Didn't know that.
It was actually first called vegetable yeast extract. And then, like, apparently lots of things in Australia back in the day, they'd put it to a public vote, and they voted on the name of, of the product, and it got called Vegemite. Yeah.
So
I
interesting.
It really is. Go ahead.
Marmite is called Marmite because it's like they used to make it in like casserole dishes. They used to sell it in little mini casserole dishes. And like Marmite is like Marmite is like the French word for a casserole dish. So it's just
Oh,
named after the little dish. Yeah. And then it's just really funny that you take like vegetable yeast extract that's similar to a product called Marmite named after a French casserole dish and just like slam it together.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, Marmite came first.
yeah.
Yeah, then Vegemite, obviously. Okay. And I didn't know this, but before we started recording, Bill and Georgia informed me that neither of them have tried the other one. So we can't really compare. I, however, have tried both.
Oh, okay.
So I first tried Vegemite because was good friends with Bill in Spain, and you guys know I love to host brunch. So we would have brunch, and I was obsessed with it. I think we just did baguettes, butter, Vegemite.
Mhm.
Okay, then I went to England, also tried Marmite. I have no idea if there's a difference at all. I don't think there is.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
Well, Georgia, how creamy is Marmite?
So I've heard that this is the big difference between the two. So
Yeah.
Marmite, I wouldn't say it's like super creamy. It's quite thick.
Yeah.
But I've heard that Vegemite is like thicker.
Yeah,
Like,
Vegemite's like really thick compared to like its other product. I'll show you with my finger.
like
Oh, it's like
Oh, we're
really
getting
just.
a visual.
It's like
I'm gonna get. Can I go get a
like
jar?
it wouldn't fall off. Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
that.
please go get a jar. Please go get a jar of Marmite. Also, Bill, that just looks like a big thing of chocolate frosting. Also, please don't eat all of that.
No, you can't.
That amount right there for people who are watching, is that like enough to cover a piece of toast? It's so strong, the taste, right?
Well, it really. I probably would use about that amount, but some people would use half, and some people would use double. There's like this picture of like 9 slices of toast. And it circulates Facebook, and it's like, which one are you? And it's got like the amounts of spread on the piece of toast of Vegemite. It's
Wow.
like goes from really dark to like hardly anything at all.
And you are where on the scale?
I'd say I'm like in the middle,
Okay.
but like I'm not picky.
All right. Now Georgia is sticking her finger in the jar of Marmite. Oh,
Oh,
it's much gooier. It's like dripping down into the jar. I'm like describing it for people who aren't watching.
yeah. Okay, so I reckon that would be the sole difference, to be honest.
Okay,
I
the
think-
consistency.
Yeah, because I think they're both like salty, quite tangy.
What are we gonna do now?
Yeah, like, would you lick that off?
I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it. Yeah.
Oh God. All right,
Yeah,
go for it.
I used to napkin. I don't want to
Actually,
eat.
Georgia, this is perfect. Describe the taste.
Hmm.
Now that it's in your mouth.
So salty, tangy. It's so like it's strong. You know,
Yeah.
it's not subtle. It hits you like a brick. It's like got kind of like umami. You know,
Hmm.
like umami taste to it.
I don't know if I know what that tastes like.
It's why people like. Sorry, go Bill.
No, you go.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I think that quality to it is why people will use it as like a spread, but they'll also put it in like I use it in a bolognese as well, to, like add another like level to the flavor, or like casserole dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you taught me that, because I remember in Spain I started putting it in my own bolognese. When I came back to Australia, no one did. Like, everyone's like,
What are you doing?
do that?
Because I was vegan for like 3 months and I used to make those mushroom bologneses, but because I couldn't use beef and I couldn't use like beef stock, it like this is vegan, so it added that kind of, it gave it that
Yeah,
it's missing in a vegan bolognese.
it would have been you that taught me. I still use it as like a stock cube as well.
Yeah.
So many different uses.
When it's in a squeezy bottle, though, it is a different consistency.
What the heck? I can't believe you have squeezy bottles. Okay, now
imagine that squeezing out of the.
yeah. Bill's holding up what looks like a toothpaste bottle, but it says Vegemite on it.
And everyone complains about how shit this is.
I bet it probably tastes different.
Yeah, well, it's got to be different because otherwise it wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
Like it?
Oh, not really. It's full.
So you're not eating it.
That's just in the cupboard.
Wow.
So
We don't have the squeezy bottles, we just have the jars.
Yeah.
But they have like a little picture of the casserole dish that.
oh, true. Yeah. Ours says proudly made in Australia.
Yes, of course. Oh, there we go. B vitamins.
B vitamins and vitality, proudly made in Australia.
I was watching this show last night on like Australian foods. It was on the ABC. And apparently Vegemite was like, doctors were raving about it at the time of its release and were like, you should give it to your babies. And they're like, you can give it after 5 weeks. You should mix it in the milk. And there's like a picture of a video of this mum like mixing Vegemite in her milk.
Did your mom do that, Bill?
No.
Definitely not. You never know. Actually, that's what I was going to ask next. Okay, so often with food, it's very nostalgic. And so I wanted to ask if you have any childhood memories associated with Marmite or Vegemite. Like, did you grow up on it? Was it at every breakfast or anything that comes to mind?
It's hard to be nostalgic when it doesn't leave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm sure I was a bit nostalgic, like when I was in Spain for a year, but apart from that, not really.
Okay, but Bill, you had. Why did you
I know.
have Vegemite in Spain? You sent me with a jar, which U.S. Customs, if you're listening to this, I'm still pissed because you stole my jar of Vegemite. And it was so good. So you had like a whole stock of it, or did your mom bring it?
I can't remember. I think my mum might have brought it. Can't remember that. I guess one memory is when I was a kid and I'd be in the playground and people would just be eating like Vegemite, like white bread sandwiches and at school. And I could not understand why kids like couldn't feel all the Vegemite on their face.
Like
that's why I put it there. Yeah.
Oh, we're wiping it off. Bill, when you got on here, I was like, is somebody gonna tell him? Is somebody gonna say that he's got coffee on his face?
Because I can feel it. I can feel it on my face, but I still see it because I work with kids because I'm in schools. These kids with Vegemite all over their face, and they just don't care. And it's always stuck in my head, like, how do you not feel this thick, gooey stuff on your face and want to get it off?
And that brings up another, dilemma. Do you tell them? Did you tell them?
No, they don't care.
Yeah, it was just
they're like, whatever. I'm playing handball.
Oh wow. Okay, perfect. So that people eat Vegemite sandwiches like we eat peanut butter sandwiches?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's still a few peanut butter sandwiches going around, but like there's also lots of allergies going around. So
yeah. And nobody Marmite, Vegemite.
What's that?
No one's allergic to Marmite or Vegemite?
No, just peanut butter.
Just peanut butter. Okay. Georgia, did this create any memories for you?
I was just gonna say that those like peanut butter and Marmite sandwiches, I just have like really strong memories of like separate, but apparently it's okay together. But I'll come on to that. I used to like whenever my grandma used to take us out to like the park, she used to have like individually like individual Marmite sandwiches in like white bread, like wrapped in cling film, and then she'd just keep them like in her handbag. So by the time they'd just be like mangled like messes of white bread and Marmite, but it was delicious. And yeah, that's probably like my only like not really a nostalgic memory. I was just never really understood why she would choose to keep her sandwiches like that. But
yeah, a memory nonetheless.
But peanut butter and Marmite, I don't know, Bill, I can't remember if you guys have this. There's like you can buy jars now, and it's peanut butter and Marmite together in a jar.
Like peanut butter and jelly. Can you buy peanut butter and jelly like that in the UK? No. Oh wow, in the US you can buy them mixed.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Right. I also find it strange, especially with something like Marmite or Vegemite, where like people are so particular about like how much they like that you would just bang them in a jar together and not allow people to like control for the quantity themselves. Like,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
I didn't say it was a good idea. I personally would never do that, but you know, convenience. What was it that Sylvia saw me cooking one time and she's like, oh my gosh, that's the most American thing I've ever seen. Oh no, I wasn't cooking. She saw on TV that somebody bought pre-peeled garlic. She was like, all right, why are we always trying to take the shortcut? Oh my gosh. Okay, I have another question about culture. Are there any cultural or regional differences in the way Marmite or Vegemite is consumed or appreciated? So like throughout Australia or throughout like northern, southern part of England, or is it all the same?
Well, I know in Australia, Vegemite and avocado on toast is like a huge thing.
That sounds delicious.
And it's delicious. It's so good.
Yeah.
That is the way to enjoy it, if you really want to enjoy it. Because it's like salty, but then like creamy and sweet at the same time.
Wow.
It's so good.
All throughout Australia or just a specific region?
Probably in like the gentrified areas.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, so I don't really think people eat it differently in different like regions of the UK, but there is like a cultural difference between how much people enjoy it, which not like a regional difference. There's like a real north-south divide. Which I found out, I looked this up, and it was like they did a poll on it last year, and it's most popular in like London and the south of England. It's like 60% of people will say that they either love or like Marmite, but the further north you go, it's increasingly less popular, decreasingly popular. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. So by the time you get to Scotland, only 30% of people like it.
Oh wow.
I don't know. So I guess like we have Marmite and they have deep fat fried Mars bars.
I'm sorry, what? They have what?
You know, this is like in Scotland. This is a stereotype. So Scottish people who listen to your podcast, don't come for me, please. But it's
Okay.
but yeah, deep fried Mars bars. So in like fish and chip shops and stuff, they'll take Mars bar, which is like a chocolate. They've got like nougat and caramel in it, like a chocolate bar, and they'll deep fry it. In like batter it and deep fry it.
Okay, but it has nothing to do with Marmite.
No, but what I'm saying is that like where like we think that's disgusting, they probably think it's disgusting in like equal and opposite measure.
Got it.
Surely you don't think a deep fried Mars bar is disgusting, Jordan.
Surely.
I think there are people.
Concept is.
The concept, yeah. I haven't tried one, so I can't comment. But
I imagine it's probably pretty good, but I come from Iowa where we deep fat fry everything, so it sounds pretty good.
Bill, have you tried a deep fried Mars bar?
Yeah, we have them at like they're famous at like the fish and chip shop at Bondi Beach, and then they became like massive everywhere else. Yeah, they're quite big here. Not big, but like everyone's had one.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, does Sylvia have a type of Marmite or Vegemite? No, in Ireland. Is it common there?
I don't know.
I'm gonna feel really bad if it is, and I didn't invite her on the podcast. Sorry, Sylvs. I'll have to find that out. I'm not sure, but in the US, I would not say it's common at all. So
Mm.
unfortunate for me, and I'm leaving the country tomorrow. Okay. Any final comments before I move on to the quote, idiom, expression part?
I guess I've got a confession to make.
Oh my gosh. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I was in Broken Hill, and I was a couple of years back, and I was doing my shopping, and I grew up with Vegemite in the fridge, and then also another spread that's exactly the same, well, not quite, called Promite. I think it's like also popular in New Zealand, but it's in Australian as well. I don't know. I tried looking it up just then. It's just owned by another brand, but it's creamier. Probably not like gooey like Marmite by the looks of it, but it's creamier. Like kind of like the consistency of peanut butter if it's like hard. And sweeter. And I was at the shops, and there was like so much Vegemite everywhere, and it's just a little bit of promo. And I was like, got the Vegemite and put it in my trolley. And then I was like, actually, I want the Promite. But I like culturally didn't feel like it didn't feel okay for me to get the Promite. And then I was like, no, I know myself. I like the Promite. I want the Promite. So I went and put it back, and I got some Promite. And yeah, I had Promite in my cupboard for like, well, that lasted me probably like 3 years. But
3 years? Did you say 3 years?
yeah,
Oh,
lasts a while. I
wow.
don't use it. Yeah. And yeah, I think I kind of like Promite more than Vegemite. I still love Vegemite, but yeah.
Wow. Just so you know, you're on a podcast. So I can't keep this secret long.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, so Bill, I'm confused. Do you buy Promite then or Vegemite?
well, you got to have Vegemite in your house. You have to.
Well,
And I don't have it in this house. I've been here for 6 months. So I think I just kind of forgot that about myself. Like, it'll do, but like, I think I like Promite more.
wow.
I came to that realization a couple of years ago.
Wow.
But so maybe I'd like Marmite even more. Who knows?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah.
Send you a box of all of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's similar to? My stepmom used to put the miso paste on toast with butter. So the same concept, but miso, like the Japanese, like
Yeah, that you make like miso soup.
yeah. And
Wow.
I guess that's the umami taste that you're talking about, Georgia.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very similar to that. Very salty, very earthy, very yeah.
Okay, so now I have to try Promite.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
first time I'm hearing of the existence of Promite. I'm so excited.
Also, I'm not a huge fan of the name. It sounds like toothpaste.
No.
No. Do you feel like a weight has been lifted now that you have let people know you betrayed Vegemite?
Well, I've let my closest friends know, and now I've let the world know, and
Now
I
I've
feel
let
like
the
a
world
great man.
That's so funny. Okay, actually, I'm not going to bring up anything about Vegemite, but I do want to mention 2 vocabulary words that I heard you use, which is why I love talking to you too about this stuff. So you say shops, not store, right?
No, I don't think I'd say store. No.
Ever?
Shop.
Would you ever say I went to the store?
Corner store?
What's that?
Yeah.
The
I
corner?
would say corner store, but most people would say corner shop.
Okay.
It's the store. It's like a small business on the
On the corner.
on the corner. Yeah.
Okay, it's got to be on the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but both of you would say shop. Like I'm gonna go. So I say I'm going to the store rather than say, what'd you say, Bill? I'm going to do the shop. I'm going to do shopping. How do you say it?
Go to the shops.
Yeah,
Went
but
to the
I was doing my shopping. Is that what you said?
Yeah, doing my shopping. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So interesting. And then you
What
called
do you say? Do my story?
no, I say I'm going grocery shopping.
Oh wow, yeah.
Some people say grocery. I get made fun of because I just mix it and say grocery shopping, and it's like two shush.
Grocery.
And that was the last episode of the English with Grace podcast.
See, that's surely just what you say, and not
I
what.
know, I don't know. I'm gonna do a poll. I'll start listening. But you also said I say like shopping cart or grocery cart. You say trolley?
Probably, yeah.
You
Yeah.
do too, Georgia?
Yeah, trolley.
Wow. So trolley to me is like a small train that goes really slow through like San Francisco.
What?
You know, like a public transportation type thing.
Like a tram?
No, it's not a tram, it's a trolley. We
Is it
also
a
have trams. It's not a train though. It's like a trolley that you see going up and down the
Is that
hill.
like the one where the guy's like this?
I'll send you a picture. Okay, but anyway, you said yeah, shopping, and trolley. Those are some good ones. And then Georgia, how do you pronounce like B? What did you say earlier? The B12.
Vitamin.
Yeah, you say vitamin. Bill, what do you say?
Vitamin.
Yeah, we say vitamin. So they're both correct. Students, everybody can relax. It doesn't matter. Okay.
We all understand each other.
Georgia, any confessions? That was good, Bill.
Thank
No, I
you.
don't know. Nothing Marmite related.
Okay, we'll save the other confessions for another podcast. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the last part is just a quote, an idiom, or an expression, and it can be related to today's topic or just one that you enjoy or think my listeners would enjoy.
Okay, I'm going to keep us fairly on the subject of Marmite here. So, Rick already mentioned it's quite a polarizing taste. Same for Vegemite. And the tagline, like the slogan, used to be "You love it or you hate it" for like years. And that's kind of become so like commonly used in everyday speech that now you can describe a thing or a person as a Marmite thing or person. So if you have somebody who's maybe a polarizing character because they're super exuberant, maybe a bit obnoxious, but some people love them and some people don't, you'd be like, oh, they're a bit of a Marmite person.
Oh my gosh. That makes total sense.
Wow.
Okay, this is specific to England.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? Yeah, I've never heard that. Do you use it quite frequently? Like, would you say it's pretty common?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's great. So you either love them or hate them. They're a bit of a Marmite person.
Yeah, and not just not just people, like
yeah,
or activities, or
Yeah. Wow.
So like a sport, you can say it's a Marmite sport. No, how would you use it for like things that aren't people?
I think it would have to be something that was specifically quite polarizing. So I don't think like you wouldn't describe like football as a polarizing thing. In most,
I don't know. I hate golf. You either love golf or you hate golf. There's no in between.
I think about something that's going to like divide the nation, like really split people into two camps about whether they do or don't like it. Like that's Marmite.
Okay. Now I'm trying to think of an example of something like that. That's not a person. I know we've got people in mind for Marmite person, but we're not going to say it. All right, Bill, do you do this? They're a bit of a Vegemite person, or a bit of a
Everyone likes Vegemite, so I guess I'm a Vegemite person.
No, you're a Promite person. Okay, well, Bill, do you have something you'd like to share, a quote or?
Well, my friend was like, "Oh, I know what you do for the song at the end. The happy little Vegemite song." And I was like, "What the hell is that? What's the happy little Vegemite song?" She's like, "As if you don't know, it's all over the TV. Like everyone knows it." And apparently everyone knows it, but they must have stopped putting it on the TV like when I was 5 or something. So then I tried to learn it, but the tune is so weird. so I can play it on my phone and sing some of the lyrics.
Oh my God. I would absolutely love that. I was actually thinking before this, I was like, man, how can I get Bill to sing again? Because so far he's sang on every episode.
Well, there's a happy little Vegemite song. I'll sing some of it and just play it. It'll probably, sorry to the listeners, it'll probably sound really tinny because it's off my phone, but you could look it up. Happy
It'll
little
sound really what?
tinny,
Tinny.
like a tin can, like.
All right, great word. Would never say that. Tinny. Okay, go ahead.
We're happy little
To Vegemites, striking beef for breakfast, lunch, and tea. Single day, love our Vegemite, we love our Vegemite. Days and every tree.
That is very creepy, but also very cute.
It's really cute.
Wait, Bill, what do these people look like?
In the ad.
Yeah.
Well, there's heaps of different ads. Like I think the first ad was like when TV first came out, and then
Wow.
like all these kids, but that's like a 90s version of that ad.
Wow.
And you know what it just said? I just realized it said at the end.
Yeah.
Everyone likes their Vegemite. Some people eat it straight from the jar. But there's one thing we can all agree on. We all love our Vegemite. So it's different to Marmite. Yeah.
Georgia, you have to find out if there's a Marmite ad.
Yeah, I can't promise you I'll sing it though.
Oh,
Or maybe
okay.
maybe I'll send it to Bill, and the next time Bill does a podcast, it can do like you can do a throwback to the.
Wow. Wow, I love that. That's perfect. Wait, I had something I was gonna ask about the song. Oh, no, never mind. It's off topic. I was thinking of the one that I think I brought this up on the other podcast. Georgia, do you remember when Bill would always sing the "Good day" song? Bill's always got like a little jingle.
You want to sing the Good Day song?
I kind of do. Do you want to sing it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right.
G'day, and how you going? What do you know? I'll strike a light. G'day, and how you going? Just say g'day, and you'll be right. Isn't it great to be an Aussie? I got the rest.
Oh, wow, a letdown. No, I don't know the rest either. I usually stop at "Isn't it great to be an Aussie?" It doesn't make sense for me to sing that.
Oh, well, you can pretend.
Wait, isn't it great to be an Aussie or no an Aussie?
Be an Aussie.
I'll
You can
change
say
it.
no, an Aussie.
Yeah, got it. Oh, also, and then now because we're talking about it, do you say good day? Do you say that?
G'day, yeah, I do. When I'm walking down the street and you say something, I'm like, g'day.
Cool.
Or like in a informal email, I'm like, g'day.
Really? How do you spell it?
G, it says it in the song. And you spell it with a G apostrophe a D-A-Y. G'day.
Oh my gosh. Okay, G apostrophe D-A-Y.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just end there because that's perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, thank you both. I really want to have, I don't know what we'll talk about next time, but I think it's fun to have three different, what were they calling us in Spain? The Anglo-Saxons.
Anglo-Saxons, yeah.
Anglo-Saxons. It's really interesting for me and for my listeners. So anything
I think
else?
we should do pubs, clubs, and bars together.
Down.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Stay tuned for pubs, clubs, and bars. Georgia and Bill, thank you so much.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. Yeah.